That's it, Jarrett. I've had enough. We're putting the LS back in. We're actually just going to minimize miscommunication and my inability to speak big words and explain the situation. We're gonna take this over to Built to Apex. He doesn't know we're doing it. We're gonna bring him our baby because of the front plate issue. He'll be able to scan it there if needed. Whatever the case, we found out that Jarrett and I are not as strong as we thought we were. And we're just gonna have to use this and put it in the back of the Insight. If there was a 13B that fell on Jarrett, I'd let it crush him, but I could physically pick it off a human's body, but
you know I'm right here though, right? Like I'm hearing everything you're saying.
Just ignore that part. Will admit, I'll give credit, Jarrett was the one that came up with putting this into the car this way.
It was a really complex idea.
Yeah. I like making things difficult for myself.
There you go.
We have no idea how we're gonna get it back out. I do need to come up with a better way of mounting this to the engine hoist, because the whole goal is pull the engine quickly, not because of Rotary has problems, but because of, oh no, Rotary has problems. You know, we can just quickly get to the engine, pull it out, check for wear on certain parts, and so on. Mother of God. I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. If I've ever watched a scary movie or an action movie, you try and grab that thing, there is a massive boulder that is gonna come crushing down. You try to swap this thing out. I know it's booby trapped. It's all glowing and beautiful.
And traps and shit.
Yeah. Now they're just testing us. We get greedy, try and take that, and like arrows come out of the like walls.
We both get flamed.
Yeah. Okay, now they're asking me to bring in the parts that aren't super heavy, so I'm gonna bring in the 13B. Oh. Whew. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna make another run.
My FD alternator bracket is specifically designed to fit in an FD, and you have no room between the engine and the chassis rail. So mine is as low profile as it gets. Like any smaller, any shorter, height-wise, it won't be able to rotate. What was your other problem with this one?
So the issue, the alternator sits up here.
Yes.
And so then the belt goes right.
It gets in the way.
Yeah.
Got it.
So my one of two solutions was, one is this is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So then the second part was to make a little chunk of metal into here and then brace it to the front cover, so this doesn't move out of the way or rotate or whatever, however we stabilize it. But that allows the belt to come through the bottom here.
Sure.
Or move the alternator down.
Okay. So it's in between.
Yeah.
I think mine moves it up, so it might clear now.
Okay. You know what? There's a solution that you're providing.
Mm-hmm.
This is back.
Okay.
Yours is up
way further forward.
Further forward.
Yeah. Because mine matches the OEM pulleys.
Right, and that's another issue I'm having. This is for an FC, which sucks.
Okay.
Now I flipped this around, but then of course the bolt holes on this don't match up. This is like my current solution for an FC FD hybrid. Real nice, compact against the front cover.
Yeah.
But having the pulley inward gets in the way of the trigger wheel. Because now you can see.
Gotcha. Let's surface the back of this thing, and then let's bolt up the standard design and see what changes we need to make.
Love it.
And then I have a lot of material in stock. We can make a new one of that. So then, throwout bearing, clutch release.
This is probably the coolest part. I'm excited for this one. The important part here, and this is probably where the measurements really come into play. This collar is obviously where the end of the throwout bearing goes to. Our goal is to have that collar be the same height, depth-wise.
So the collar needs to stay in its exact position relative to everything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
This collar needs to be this deep from this face.
Right.
And that ends up being approximately a ½ inch into the adapter. Now this one's broken, but for what we're doing, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This face obviously has this lip.
Yeah.
And so that's really the only unique challenge.
So this is gonna go. Okay, let's say that goes like that, right? We don't need that anymore. So let's do that to get it out of the way. This collar doesn't fit in here.
Right, so I'm literally gonna cut the center of the bell housing.
Oh, cut all this out. So we don't need this.
Right.
We just need this to match this.
Yes.
Oh, I gotcha. That scared me for a second.
Okay, yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, how the hell are we gonna put all that together? So that's not too bad. So then we just need to cut out the center of the bow housing, like you said, to get this bolted to the adapter plate that we made earlier. I think that should be fairly easy. So this fits in stock FD, basically.
That's correct.
Okay, so we know it'll fit on my bracket.
Yes.
Excellent.
Sick stuff, bro.
Thank you. I brought my glasses. You know why? I look way more intelligent.
Engineers.
Yeah.
You fucking do. Are you an engineer?
I am an engineer. And I can be like super dramatic, like earlier. I'd be like,
This thing makes my boobs bend. So I was like, oh shit, I got pecs.
we are over. I'll be honest, the one thing I liked about this alternative solution is the compactness.
Which is nice, yes.
Which is nice.
But then we have to drop the alternator, like you said, because now it's too tall.
Yeah.
Now it's too high up.
Yep.
And then mine brings it up even further.
Yeah.
So that'll be even more of a problem.
Yeah. So does this solution?
So remember, our spacer would be different.
Right.
So first we get the full function ring in the middle.
So correct, yeah.
And then we mount the pulley.
Well, as long as this is in the center of the sensor,
Yeah.
no problem to signal there.
Okay, so this is gonna end up being too tall. So you know what I think we'll do right now is we'll just cut this so we can test it. We have clearance this way. We have a lot more clearance this way. Let's go get your FD set up and make that work. So we need a custom bracket, which is fine.
Okay.
Easy to do. So let's put this away.
We've looked at a couple different options and just kind of did a quick feasibility report on which option we can go with. And it looks like currently the built to Apex solution is putting everything pretty damn compact. One of the modifications that we're gonna do, and some of this is very custom, very, very specific to this build, because I'm not a planner, mixing FD and FC parts. So FC parts, for example, the belts are those serpentine, well, I mean, I guess they're all serpentine, but the V, old school belts, these are much nicer, aren't meant to fit there. And so we're gonna make it fit there because it's even more compact, nice and tight.
Do you have the belt with you?
I do. Yep.
Right?
That's it.
Because I don't need to scan this. I just need to measure how much. Do a super quick measurement for me from center of the lower bolt to the lower mounting
That's a
hardware.
height vertical.
Yeah. Just a rough number.
Yeah. Let's say roughly right there. Yeah. 1.3.
Okay, 1 3/8 basically. And then I'm gonna slot the mounting axially because I don't know where this is gonna land in relation to the stock.
What you're seeing here is literally a belt, a moving object that can destroy your dreams, going between the timing, literally telling you everything, position the motor down to whatever, every 6 degrees. This front cover, I think these guys are a little old school and use the old school timing. So with full function capping this off, we're using a very articulated timing piece, and that's where our predicament came in. So. Jared, if you can tell me the difference between a fillet and a chamfer, we'll quadruple or nothing the Red Bull bet.
A fillet and a chamfer?
Yeah.
Why not? Fillet's a spiral thingy. Am I right?
Keep going.
I shouldn't laugh. That's,
Yeah,
it's
no,
rude.
no,
A chamfer is like more flat.
the winner of a.
What is it, guy?
Here, I'll show you visually. Check it out. So this rounded edge here is a fillet. That's literally all it is. You take a sharp edge and you're rounding it out with a radial feature. A chamfer has a similar effect, but it's a straight edge instead. So we want to break this sharp corner and give ourselves a little bit of design here. So we do a chamfer instead.
I was 50% correct. I said
Yeah,
a chamfer was a straight edge.
You were somewhat
That was-
kind of sort of
Yeah,
close
those
in
are
a
very
way.
generic words. You're like
Yeah,
Miss Cleo
that's it,
telling
straight.
your future. Yeah, you'll live. I can tell your future. You're gonna meet people.
Dude, get out of the way.
Want to see? Oh my god.
It might be too much radial.
Yeah. Alright, the current move right now is while he's cutting the alternator bracket, we're gonna measure up the good old Corvette hydraulic bearing and then compensate for it, I guess. This is gonna be pretty interesting because, as you saw earlier, there's 2 bolts, and then there's this lip here, and then probably some sort of adjustment for the fact that these flanges are thicker, so it can set inside of the adapter.
Hello. Doesn't that look great? Wow. I'm pretty stoked on that, actually.
It's beautiful.
We want a 6-inch circle to go down 5/8 of an inch, and then a 4 3/8 circle be at the 1/2 inch mark. So let me draw it out. So we'll go 5 just to be safe. Okay, and that's going to offset the axial distance we need for here, right? And we'll come up 200 thou.
Yep.
And then we need this bolt pattern.
So the next move that we're about to do, guys, we're about to find the angular position on how we want these bolts to actually sit in comparison to the torque tube.
I almost bought it. Almost bought it. Jared, what does it need?
Chamfering.
0. So that one's at 50, 53 degrees.
Okay. This is what we do for all the guys that said our 3D scanner was overkill. And they're all mad that we got all this technology. Is that simple enough?
We're holding our hands back.
Is that
We're like,
cheap enough? Yeah.
That's so great.
Yes.
That's so badass. You could say in a way, right now he's chamfering the edge.
Does that look straight to you? The belt
Yeah.
a little to the a little forward,
No, actually, it looks pretty solid.
and that's much closer
Much closer.
to the block itself.
When Otter helped with the red 4-rotor, I shouldn't even say helped, delivered the red 4-rotor, as far as I'm concerned. He made a slogan, as Built Apex only delivers solutions. And this is the first of many for tonight. So clean, lower center of mass. The whole trigger system is hidden. The wire is going to go through here, back there, hidden around back, so that the wire's isolated from the belt. Say I'm sloppy, the belt's going to hit something that's not going to budge whatsoever. So it's not, that part's not going to knock the actual trigger and, you know, sensor position. So just win-win-win all the way around. Because his time is genuinely a precious resource and we are going burning the midnight oil, I've agreed to doing something very simple where we actually just clearance the whole bearing, just because we could, you know, taper it in and everything and try and retain more structural rigidity, but we're not too worried about that. This is not life or death, but it's just, you know, finessing this when we can actually just build our own belt housing eventually. This is gonna work really well. So we're gonna go for a nice simple hole here, and then the 2 hydraulic lines here and here almost fit inside of this pocket. There's only an 1/8 of an inch more that we have to take out of here, so we'll just do that by hand. And then on this piece, as you saw in the pictures, we're gonna, you know, do the radius of the lip, bring it up 2/10 of an inch, do the rest of the thing, make the 2 more bolt holes, and then the 2 channels for those 2 hydraulics, and we are good. This is probably the most exciting cut because this is the Corvette adapter for the Rotary being cut for the Corvette slave cylinder. So it's an all-in-one piece. Literally everything bolts in together and it all works together. So this is the moment. That's sexy.
It was pretty close to like almost not fitting.
Just
The angles are off by a bit.
Whoa! Is a piece of beauty. Almost. The positioning of this is perfect because it's almost in the stock position for the Corvette.
Nice.
So we can feed the master slave clutch cylinders directly where they used to be, and it fits perfectly. Nutter has done it again. Everything here is a solution. This is amazing. This looks top notch. Everything works. This is a very custom solution, and actually you can get now an alternator mount from Built to Apex that works with a very updated full function engineering trigger wheel. So that's an actual solution that works not just for a rotary Corvette. On top of that, we got the throwout bearing or hydraulic bearing, multiple names for one piece, for the Corvette, almost in the stock Corvette position, at least relative to the torque tube bazooka. So this one's broken. The one I have, I broke it, but the piece is correct for the transmission. The piece is correct for the clutch. Everything is good there. We got some minor work to do just because these are a little knobbier than we wanted them to be. So I'll do some work on just cutting it out more of here. We were able to retain so much material off of the bell housing. That's even better. Life is good. Life is really good.